We started our first full day in Tokyo at Ginza, where we went to the Ginza Sony building to take a look at an art book fair. The highlight for me was getting to play with the new Aibo dog. If only it weren't so expensive, it would be the perfect pet for our lifestyle. I can hear the other dog walking to. I can hear the other dog behind me walking.
So he's just doing his own thing.
I can pat him on the head. He walked off. He walked off. He said, "Screw you."
Come over this side. Oh, it's turning.
You're not supposed to hit the bombs.
I didn't know.
We had dinner at Sushi Zen Mine, and we definitely had to order their tuna special, since they're famous for the owner buying expensive tuna. The special included akami, chutoro, otoro, torch chutoro, and negitoro roll. Overall, it was not bad, but the chutoro and toro had some tendons in it, which slightly ruined the buttery smoothness of the fish. We tried the steamed egg with seafood, and it was okay. The egg is soft, but I feel it should have had a bit more seafood in there. The miso black cod was good, but not as good as Nobu, obviously. But of course it was much more affordable. I feel we can get very close to the same flavor at home, as long as we marinate the cod enough. We had the anago eel, and that was good. The size is as expected, since it is quite expensive. The sauce is sweet, but not overpowering. Susie also tried her favorite, the sea urchin. It wasn't as good as the one she had in the past at Tsukiji Market, though. Since we were in Japan during the cherry blossom season, we just had to head to a park to experience it. We decided to go to the Shinjuku Imperial Garden since it was close to our hotel and we could get there earlier and beat the masses. The cherry blossoms were not in full bloom yet, but it was close to it. We were lucky to go that week since the week after the rain came and a lot of the cherry blossoms came off the trees. We got there pretty early, but there were already quite a few people there. I'm not the outdoorsy type, but even I found the fresh air and great weather refreshing. The park was quite large, so we quickly did a walk through the park and didn't hit every area. There were ample cherry blossoms, but this garden had much more than that. The trees and shrubbery were very well kept, and there were a lot of room for folks to enjoy themselves. Luckily, we went in early, as we were able to get some good shots of the greenery without too many other people caught in our photos. We had sushi at Sushi Fukumoto, an amazing 1 Michelin star restaurant. Their info is included below. The restaurant is in the basement of a small building, and it was quite hard to find since their sign is tiny. The restaurant only has about 10 seats in total. This is good though, since you get to see the chef work in close quarters. The cuttlefish has a slightly slippery and sticky texture, almost crispy when I bit into it. The flavor is very light. The sea bream has a firmer texture than the other fish I'm used to, and this is another light flavored fish. The flounder was not a very memorable fish for me. It had a mild flavor with a firmer texture. Even though the akami is the leanest cut, the akami we had here was still very soft, with no tendons and a very strong tuna flavor. The otoro is my favorite cut of tuna. I love the fattiness, the melt-in-your-mouth texture, and extremely strong flavors. The shad has a very distinctive look, with the silvery skin. It has very refreshing, lemony flavor. The arc shell is an interesting sushi, since I think this is the first time I've had this. The texture is very much what you expect of a clam, but not as tough. The flavor is very rich. Even though I'm not a fish person, I've always liked Japanese grilled eel. I find a lot of places use too much sauce, and the sauce is also too sweet, possibly to mask the quality of the eel. No such issues here, since the sauce is light, but slightly sweet, and the eel is very fresh with no fishy taste. Suzy loves sea urchin because of the creamy sweetness. I'm not a big fan of the mushy texture or seawater flavor though. The tamago is good, with a sweet and savory seafood flavor. The tuna roll is amazing. The crispy seaweed combined with the fatty tuna and just the right amount of rice makes every bite sensational. The fatty tuna is soft and has no tendons. It fills the mouth with the fresh flavor with all that fat. The dinner here was fantastic and we would definitely come again. The pricing is very reasonable too, with their sushi course only 11,000 yen. We highly recommend this restaurant to sushi lovers.